Welcome to week 2 of Self-Esteem Remodel. So let's take just a minute to recap what we went over in the first week. We talked about what your self-esteem is, how your self-esteem developed, and you had a chance to explore your story. What were the significant things that impacted how your self-esteem developed? All right, so moving on to week 2, I'm going to start by sharing one of my biggest self-esteem challenges. And that was the fact that I did not have the opportunity to get married until I was 43. Let me assure you, this was not the plan. At no point did I daydream about waiting to 43 to get married. So you're very well aware in our religion, in our culture, there is a huge emphasis starting in primary about what a woman's job, responsibility, joy, what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to become a wife and a mother. Those are our main roles, our main goals in this life. And so that's what I grew up with. That's what I grew up believing. That's what I grew up desiring. And so graduated high school, went off to BYU, and of course heard all the jokes about you'll never get your degree, or the only degree you're going to get is your MRS degree. Well, I made it through all 4 years and I didn't get married. And I went to graduate school and didn't get married. So there was just never the right connection. The guys that I was interested in weren't interested in me. And the guys who were interested in me, I wasn't interested in them. And so, yes, I would date, but there was never a connection. And the opportunity didn't happen until I was 43. So, as you can imagine, for several decades, I heard messages, many well-intentioned, well-meaning, loving and caring messages, but nevertheless, I heard a lot of messages about the fact that there was a problem, that I was not married. So what was it that was keeping me from getting married? Was I being too picky? Lots and lots of messages about there was something wrong with me because I was not yet married. I was not yet a mother. So I'm trying to do all of the right things. I'm having lots of conversations with the Lord, and it's not happening. And it took a toll, a big toll, on my self-esteem, how I saw myself, my value, until I began to learn what it is we're going to talk about today. But this experience had a huge impact on the development of my self-esteem. So, as we talked about last week, it is normal for us to, for us to develop our self-esteem based on our experiences with other people, what our interactions are with them, how we believe other people see us. This is the normal development, the feedback that you get from others in their interactions with you. So this gives us our initial information about what our value is. So here's the problem. As we become adults and we maintain this form of self-esteem, when we are dependent on or looking to others to define our self-esteem, validate or acknowledge our self-esteem, there's some significant problems. The most significant is you can't actually control how other people see you or what they think about you. And the main reason for this is other people are viewing you, are experiencing you through their own filters, meaning their own experiences. So you could be the sweetest, the nicest, the most patient person and still come across people who dislike you or interact with you in a rude way. And it could actually have nothing whatsoever to do with you, but based on what's happening in their life or who they are. But you take that, if you're still looking for people outside of yourself or those external experiences to define your esteem, you take those experiences and, as we talked about that cycle last week, attach meaning, create beliefs, and then influence choices. So this is the problem with continuing to look outside of yourself as you become an adult. All right, it is normal. It's normal to want to be seen as kind, patient, loving. It's normal to want to be liked. So the challenge is when we're looking outside of ourselves for people to tell us we are those things, now we're in danger of creating things like perfectionism, codependency, and people pleasing. It's all about managing everyone's perception, or what we believe everyone's perception is of who we are. And as a result, you're constantly trying to prove your worth. You're wanting to feel good enough, and the only way that comes, or the primary way that comes, is through other people and their reaction to you. So others have to acknowledge and validate your goodness in order for you to feel good enough. And it's a losing proposition. There is a healthier way. Okay, so before I talk to you about the healthier way, here's the first assignment for this week. I want you to notice. Now, please, as you step into this assignment, approach it from a place of curiosity. This is not about gathering information to beat yourself up with. This is not about being critical. This is about increasing your awareness. So step into this with or from a place of curiosity. I wonder what I'm going to discover. I wonder what I might learn. So this week, I want you to start paying attention to just how often you're looking to other people to acknowledge, to validate, to confirm that you are the person who you want to be seen as. So this might be a spouse. It could be coworkers. It could be your parents. It could be siblings. It could be neighbors or ward members. Start to notice how often you're looking for other people to validate or acknowledge, or how often you're upset by the fact that you believe someone has a negative opinion or someone is upset with you. So just start to notice. This is something you can just sort of keep track of in your mind. Or if you want, you can, on your phone or in a journal, just sort of make a check mark. Every time you notice that this happens, make a check mark. And having that visual can sometimes be really helpful, sometimes be really shocking. But I just want you to look at how often are you looking to other people? How often are you worried about what are other people thinking about you? And again, the goal of this assignment is to increase your awareness.